What's going on, guys? Johnny with Blaze of Grass Lawn Care. So welcome to the channel, guys. Here's a big myth: you need brand new equipment to start a lawn care business. No, you don't. You need commercial equipment to start a lawn care business. No, you don't. Now, does commercial equipment work better, last longer than residential equipment? Yes, it does. Does commercial equipment make your life easier? Let's say a string trimmer or an edger? Yes, it does. But you don't need commercial equipment to start a lawn care business. Here's the deal, guys. When I first started, and I was 25 years in the Army, about to retire, I decided, you know what, let me go at this lawn care business stuff. And I started my lawn care business with the equipment that I had. Now, the equipment that I had wasn't even a self-propelled mower. It was a regular push mower. Yes, the 100% definitive of a push mower. That's what I did, a push mower. So I went out there, did what I had to do with my truck. Didn't have a trailer, so I loaded all the stuff on top of my truck, and went out and did what I had to do. And little by little, I saved my money, and then bought a lawn tractor. Man, when I bought a lawn tractor, I thought I was the joint. Man, nobody couldn't tell me anything. Used that lawn tractor for, I want to say, 6-7 months, and I graduated to my first zero turn. It was a Toro time cutter, 42-inch, right? And that's a residential. Man, I was the joint. Nobody couldn't tell me anything. I went and got me a commercial string trimmer, and then an edger, and then a blower, and so on and so forth. So what am I trying to tell you guys is that you don't need to covet all the stuff that I have and you see in my videos, right? That stuff took 13 years to get, all right? So when you see that, don't be under the impression that that's what you need to start a lawn care business. Now, is that going to help you? Yes, it's going to help you 100%. It's going to make your life easier. It's going to make your life much better when it comes to the maintenance. I mean, when it comes to utilizing and doing, making it, when it comes to getting the task accomplished, right? But it doesn't help you get customers. It doesn't have people come out their house and go, hey, oh man, you have a Toro Revolution Z Master. Let me hire you. It doesn't work like that, guys. Okay? So I just wanted to put that out, guys. You see my videos. You see what I have. I am a vessel. I am the in-between man between the companies and you. I'm showing you what's out there. Okay? This stuff is given to me because of where I'm at with all my videos. They want you to see it. They pay me to show it to you. So therefore, I'm showing it to you. But the reality is, and of course, if I'm using it, I'm not gonna lie, if I'm using it, it's because I like the product. Now, I don't use and show anything that I don't use, and you guys see my videos. If you see it, you see it for a long period of time, right? So yeah, but in saying that, let's start the video, guys. Let's go out there and do some mowing. Now, today I have, again, it is a half dormant, half green lawn that I'm going to mow at, 2 inches. And for you guys that are new to the channel, I'm doing a no cut video. This video is from the beginning to the end. There's no cut in between. So what you see is what you see. One thing that I want you to know real quick is if you don't see me doing anything or anything is not done, is because I'm not being paid for it, or the customer does not want it done right away, or they are in the process of getting it done. So it'll come whenever the customer wants it done. Okay, right now on this particular property, I'm doing the mowing. That's it. I'm gonna take it down to 2 inches, and that's what we do in my area. In the spring, my centipede grass is mowed at 2 inches, and then we keep it at 2.5, sometimes 3 inches, depending on the condition of the grass. Okay, you know, fertilized turf is mainly higher. Non-fertilized is just mowed at one particular height, and again, that's what the customer wants. That's what I'm here to provide. Okay, so guys, enjoy, and yeah, we'll let's continue talking. So again, my apologies. Oops, I always do this, forget that I have. Let me look in the rear view mirror. Good. And there you go. Nice. All right, on this one, I will bring my headphones with me, because when I start to mow, I can talk to you while I'm mowing, so I need to listen to some music. All right, it is currently 72 degrees, and this is the turf that we have now. These are live oak trees, and they drop these things throughout the whole spring. So what I do is mulch them up, and most customers in my area, guys, they just want it mulched up and, you know, neat, but they don't honestly care about it, because it's something that it is continuously happen. Okay, so it isn't something, let me try to fix this. GoPro, there you go. So it isn't something that, you know, has to be 100% clean. Yeah, that's what customers do in my area. Now, do we bag? Nope, I don't bag anything. I've never bagged in 13 years. I would bag if a customer requests it and pay for it, but like I said before, by the time we come back, all that stuff is gone. So we don't bag in my area. And again, keep in mind, guys, a lot of things that you guys are used to, we don't do in my area. So therefore, and not to say that everybody do it my way, okay? The customers that I have, and this is a gated community, by the way, okay? So yeah, so to begin this video, let's edge. Let's go ahead and edge first. And again, it doesn't make a difference if you edge first or edge after. Now if it was overgrown and, you know, then yes, but this right now, I did it 2 weeks ago, and oh, here's a, that's the mosquito helicopter. Not sure. Yeah, that's the mosquito control. Alright guys, so anytime you're edging, remember, you start from the far right, and it's supposed to be one continuously moved, and the goal is not to come back. It's to edge and keep it moving, right? and the grass is in the process of waking up. All right, one sweep. You notice I went from there, came around, come over here, all the way around, came over here, all the way back, around and in. One sweep. Okay, that makes it a lot easier for you. These are the Total Revolution handheld equipment, guys. This is the string trimmer, and this is the I think it's called Flex, Total Flex, and this is a homeowner piece of equipment, guys. And I've been using it for 2 years because the Revolution series doesn't have a blade edger, so this is what I use. And yeah, some of you guys say, well, you know, you could just utilize the regular string trimmer and edge it, but nah, don't feel like it. All right, so now I am going to mow. Let me close this. And guys, this might sound crazy, but in this gated community, believe me, these just got 1,000 cameras, and I'm not gonna lock my trailer. Been doing this for 13 years, never had an issue. Yes, of course, maybe that day, right? Maybe that one day, but it ain't here yet. All right, so whoops, I thought I heard something. Okay, so I'm gonna use my ISO tunes again. They're in the video description, guys. These I've been using since day one. They are awesome. These are the Aware, so check them out, link in bio. All right, so bam. And I got it down to 2 inches. You know, let's go with 2.5. Yeah. all this trash. All right. And I know you see the leaves, guys. I'm telling you. We pick them up. The next day it's gonna look the same way. So what we usually do is we just mow it, and then we know when the last day is, because as you can tell, the new leaves are starting to pop up, and then we'll just rake it all up and make it look good. Yeah. All right, so now we trim. And there isn't a lot of trimming because, again, there isn't a lot of growth. So what we're going to do with this one is, next time I come back, I'm going to put some weed and feed. I kind of talked her into some weed and feed. At first she didn't want anything on it, but as you can tell, there's a lot of POA and a whole bunch of different type of weeds. So I did talk her into that, so hopefully that makes a difference. Because this is a lot of centipede grass, and then with a lot of weeds. But again, no big deal. Each his own, right? Sometimes I don't like to show some of these properties like this one, because I'm going to get a lot of comments about this. And again, like I told you guys, you know, this is, yeah, this is it. And all those shrubs, the customer wants it natural. So, it is so. All right. All right. See, only use one. All right. Now I blow. Oh, it goes on the inside. All right, I'll put this in when I come back. All right, guys, remember one more time, the customer doesn't want to pay for leaf cleanup, so I can't do what I'm not being paid for. I just got to remind you, because a lot of times I'm gonna get the comment. Okay. All right. But it looks neat. All right. All right, guys. Once again, I didn't want to show this property, but you know, hey, it's just to show you that, you know, every lawn is not perfect, it's not beautiful, and you can only do what you can do. You're here to provide a service to the customer, so you know, you suggest if it's not taken, then you know, just keep it moving. All right, guys. Oh, no. Off. Good. Thank you for taking the time to watch my videos, guys. I do appreciate you guys. Have a blessed one. See you in the next one. Pop Smoke. Peace.